Alright guys, welcome. We're actually going to go to game 2 between EGMachine and TTOne. This is game 2 of the finals, or the semifinals of the MLG Dallas tournament that was just played. And I haven't seen much of it, so this is my way of actually watching the tournament, is by casting these replays. Because they did release the replay pack. So if you want to learn from these games, or you like any of these games, you can actually go and download it. You can just look it up on Team Liquid, and it'll be there. But now let's just see. We do have EGMachine spawning as a zerg in the top against TTOne, who is the protoss, spawning in the right. The map is Metalopolis, and first thing to note is the fact that TTOne is not going to go for a fast expansion. He's just going for a pylon at the front. He's going to go for a gateway and a cybernetics core most likely, and then just put on. He's going to do something similar to the last game. It'll probably be just a pure gateway pressure. And now another thing to notice is that actually, Machine is doing the same thing as last game with his Overlord scouting pattern. I actually talked about it a little bit, saying that you could actually just send your second Overlord down this way to prevent your opponent from actually scouting up here with a probe earlier on, just to see if your Overlord is doing that or not. So it does seem that Machine's going to do that again, which is pretty smart, because I mean, your early game is not going to deviate that much, depending on what's going on. So really, it kind of pays if you're the Zerg, to just not let your Protoss opponent know, or your Terran opponent or whatever, actually know where you are, so they can get the immediate scout and then actually block your hatchery very quickly. It's always annoying to deal with. But now we do have the Machine's overall section to go in here, but TT1 hasn't scouted yet. TT1 is going for a really fast expansion off one gate. So there it is. Up there's the Nexus, a 15 Nexus. TT1 is going for a 15 Nexus. That is interesting. No gateways or anything. They'll probably throw one down in a moment. But yep, there it is. There's the Forge. So he's going to use the Forge with cannons to defend this 15 Nexus. And maybe Machine could hit him really soon. Machine did go for his spawning pool before his hatchery. So he could actually have a little bit of an opening to start doing some damage. To warp in, not morph in, but just make some lings. He's only make one pair of lings and then just use drones everywhere else. So it does seem that he's still going to go for a macro game. But now, I'm really curious to see how this is actually going to work out for TT1. He's going to start, okay, his Forge did finish, so he can produce cannons. Yep, there's his first cannon. He's got a gateway out as well. And, really, this is kind of cool to see a 15 Nexus going on. Like, I did read a thread on Team Liquid talking about how PvZ is actually going to rely on economy for both players. Either you expand quickly or you have to put pressure on. And coincidentally, in the last game, Machine suffered early pressure, and that hurt him a lot, which I guess allowed TT1 to use his one basing to really affect. And now TT1's going to go for the opposite path and go for either keeping up or out macroing Machine by going for the 15 Nexus. The first gateway is out now, so we can start producing a Zealot, doing other things like that, and we'll see that. We're going to see how this goes, because this is going for a very, very macro-heavy style from TT1. His assimilator is out, so we start mining gas. So now he's starting to tech up after he's got the infrastructure down of having the 2 Nexuses out. Let's just see that Machine's expansion did just finish. So TT1 has actually had an expansion faster than Machine did. Machine is going for a Roach Warren right here, so we're going to see that he might be something similar to the last game, where he's going to go for the Roach-centric mid-game. And maybe EGMachine will do a little bit better job of droning up and then using that as a way to just progress and put a lot of pressure on. He does actually still have Overlord out. Probably just watching to see if Stalkers are going to come and when. We do have the Cybernetics Core actually chrono boosting Warp Gate tech. And TT1 might be just going again for the gateway-centric just forces. Like, he's got 2 gates out. We'll probably get some more in a second. Yep, there's another gateway. And he actually might be throwing down another one. His probe is here, most likely waiting just to throw down another building. And what's it going to be? It's going to be another gateway. So we're actually going to end up having 4 or 5 gates of pressure. Okay, this is going to be 4 gates. This probe is still. Oh wait, it's actually going to continue to build. Yep, there it is. So there's going to be 5 gateways. Is there going to be 6 gateways? This is going to be 6 gateways. So we're going to see 6 gateways from TT1, just continuing to macro up and pressure Machine with that. Machine does have 4 Roaches out. We'll probably start trying to put some pressure. If he can actually take out this pylon, that could be key. Because this is the only pylon powering up these photon cannons. So TT1 is okay. He's gonna have this one to power up these 2 cannons, but still, this could be bad for TT1 if EGMachine can get up there. Oh, he's actually going to go around the corner, and there we go. He's going to actually start hitting on those guys. But, okay, I came out wrong. Hitting on those guys. No, he's not hitting on the units. That would be a little strange in-game. But there we go. He's going to be able to attack these guys. We do have all of these cannons out. Ooh, one gets canceled. So I guess TT1 is feeling a little bit safer, judging by these numbers, and he's not going to go for using the cannons a lot. But here we go. He's actually going to move out with these 2 units. Warp gate is done. All these gateways are done. So he's going to be able to warp in a ton of units right now, and there it is. Warping in Zealots and Stalkers, and this is going to force Machine back, because these guys are going to do a lot of damage. Good forces, preventing the roaches from running away, and Machine's about to lose his entire attacking force at this point. Yep, there we go. The Zealots are actually being able to enclose, because these are not speed roaches. They're just going to fall easily. And yep, and now TT1's in a great position. He didn't really lose any probes at all. And now he's going to be able to snipe an Overlord. And it's not going to supply block Machine, but still, that's going to hurt Machine badly. That Machine tried to put on pressure and ended up losing all of his roaches. But now here we go. We do have more pylons coming out. And TT1's going to be able to start using all 6 of his warp gates fairly effectively. Like, you can just see that he's doing a fairly good job of macro. He's in supply block. He does have 2 cycles left. But still, this Zealot Sentry Stalker Force is going to do so much damage. TT1's going to have such a big opening with hitting Machine right now, because Machine is only building 1 Spine Crawler. He's got another hatchery in his main, and he's supply blocked, trying to get out as much as he can. But let's just see that he doesn't really have very many other options that EGMachine can actually do right now. He does have the lair out. He is researching Glial Constitution, but he's not doing anything else, and he's getting a really late metabolic boost again. But we do see that if we go to TT1's base, that +1 ground weapons is researching, and he's supply blocked as well, but he just finished pylons. But there we go, he's got more pylons coming in. But TT1 seems like to do a massive push. We do have Machine taking his 3rd again right now. Or not again, but he's doing something very similar to the last game, except this time around he's losing his army earlier on, which is not exactly the best way to win a game. But large Zealot force over here. He's got TT1 is still going for heavy sentries, which is kind of interesting. He's going for a lot more Zealots this time around, but still getting the sentries so he can force field to get the Zealots to enclose the gap between those roaches. But right now these zergs are going to run around, try and keep an eye on where TT1's army is. We can see though that the Overlords are spreading creep. Creep tumors are out. A lot of roaches coming out, so Machine is still trying to going roach heavy. He does have the 3rd hatchery up. And we'll get the units for a second, and we can see that he's done a much better job of droning this time around. He's about even drone count between the 2 players. And if we look at the income, it's still about even. A little bit in TT1's favor, but not a ton. TT1 is also not mining from all... Okay, no, he just started mining from his 4th gas. But let's just continue to see that what is the tech pattern. There's still... he did complete +1 ground weapon, so he could probably push out. It's actually what he's doing right now. Ooh, look at this. Proxy pylon in a good spot. He actually might want to come up and attack through that way to get to the 3rd base. Take out the 3rd and take away Machine's economic advantage. It does seem like this is what he's going to be doing. He's going to mass up over here by his proxy pylon, getting a lot of Stalkers. A lot of Stalkers. But now let's just see that a Spire is coming out. Yep, there's a Spire for EGMachine. So he is doing the same thing as last time. And let's just see what's going to happen. Like, there we have the Zealots going in first. They're going to be able to go in and probably take out this Expo. Yep, there it is. I think that drone wanted to expand, but that's not going to happen anymore. But now here we go. Roach army right here. Oh, good force fields, preventing them from doing any sort of micro. Zealots are going to be in there just absolutely wailing on them. Drones are being pulled already, and this force is going to go down for Machine. TT1's going to completely roll over these guys. Yep, there it is. There are the force fields before this happening. This queen is going to fall easily. This hatchery is going to go down in a second. Basically, this extract is getting completely surrounded by Zealots, and that's just ridiculous. And yep, there goes the expansion. Machine is now down on expansion that he should have had before. He's going to lose all those Overlords. And now, yep, there's a supply block for Machine. He's going to be in a tight spot. TT1's going to be able to move and do a ton of damage. His Zealots aren't even closing the gap. They're all back there. No force fields quite yet, but really the Stalker count's taking out this Roach count. But there are more Roaches coming in. Alright, here we go. TT1 is still pushing in. There are a lot of Roaches. They still have to deal with all these Stalkers, so they're taking out the Zealots. But no more force fields because the Sentries do not have any more energy left. But there's still a large concave. TT1's not microing, but it doesn't matter. It's going to absolutely overwhelm Machine. He's just not going to keep his guys alive, but Machine's losing his dynamite. Yep, there goes his last Roach. Force field on the ramp. Now he's going to be able to come in, take out all these drones and all these Overlords, and there is GG from Machine. So it does seem that TT1 is going to be one of the players in the finals. I actually might go cast the finals. Thank you guys for watching.